Hey, good afternoon. Hi, I'm Raleigh Brown. This is Curve Flattening Concert number 589. And I see Pam Zappardino is here, and Steve Edelman, Slim Edelman, who I met out in Moab, Utah for the first time in person, and Linda Worster up there in Western Mass. And little by little more people will trickle in. In the meantime, I got the old Gibson out today. This guitar is going to be 90 years old in this next year. Mike Verbeek stopping by here. Good to see you, Mike. And I got it out and I put on finger picks because I'm working on some ragtime stuff. And boy, the finger picks wake this thing up. Now it's really kicking out some sound. Steve Davidson is here, and Dave Mason in Scotland, Mike Stillman, Connie Adams, and Howard Hobbs out there in Minneapolis, here on time for once, he says. So we will clink. Here's to you all. Here's to this old guitar and to good music and to community most of all. As we are edging up on Thanksgiving here. And Sharon March is here, and Phil DeFranco, and Charlie Bryant, and Johnson Hogg. Good to see you guys. I'm joined today by Charlie the dog, my loyal, if somewhat eccentric companion. He's down here just out of sight. Charlie the dog is out of sight. And Kathy Marzek, hi, and Carol Pred. So today is Blues Day. I thought I would do all blues songs, and blues goes back to, hi, Deb Levy Clark. Blues is where I started. You know, I started playing folk guitar, and, you know, like Bob Dylan and Peter, Paul, and Mary songs in the 60s, but pretty quickly I got turned on to blues, and Dave Van Ronk and Lightnin' Hopkins, they became hallmarks for me. And then I met the Reverend Gary Davis, and I heard Blind Blake on record, and everything changed for me. So this first one is kind of half, it feels almost like a folk song, but it's a blues, and comes from the playing of the Reverend Gary Davis. Delia was a gambling girl, you know, she gambled all around. She was a gambling girl, she would lay her money down. She's all I got is gone. And Delia's dear old mother, she took a trip out west. Oh, when she returned, little Delia had gone to rest. She's all I got is gone. Delia's mother wept, Delia's father moaned. It would not have been so bad if the poor girl had died at home. She's all I got is gone. Delia, oh Delia, she was making her last rounds. when old Cuddy came down and shot her to the ground. She's all I got is gone. Get your rubber tire taxis, your double-seated hat. They took poor Delia down to the graveyard, but they failed to bring her back. She's all I got is gone. The men down in Savannah, drinking from a silver cup, and poor Delia, she's in the graveyard. She never will get up. She's all I got is gone. And Cuddy asked the judge, he said, what might be my fine? The judge said, I done told you boys, you drew that cold 99. She's all I got is gone. Delia, oh Delia, how can it be? You loved all those rounders, but you never had time for me. She's all I got is gone. Delia was a gambling girl, gambled all around. She was a gambling girl, you know, she would lay her money down. She's all I got is gone. Delia, 14-year-old Delia Green of Savannah, Georgia, murdered in her prime, even before her prime. So Bernd Bookman is here, and Michael Miller out there in North Carolina, and my old buddy Owen O'Malley down there in South Jersey. And a bloke from England is here on YouTube. Rhonda Scott Merrick is on the road. She is the perpetual student, that Rhonda. And Linda Worster's here. I think I said hi to you, Linda, but I'll say hi again, and I'll drink another little toast. So next up, just get over here, is a more straight-ahead blues. I think this one comes from Son House, but the version I heard was by Dave Van Ronk. And I think I've also bastardized it since then. Well, I got a letter, Lord, it was addressed in red. I got a letter, it was addressed in red. Now it said, come home, sweet daddy, your baby's lying, your baby's lying, your baby's lying dead. Now I wrote back a letter, it was addressed in white and black. I wrote back a letter, Lord, it was addressed in white and black. Now it said, stop all your crying, won't bring my baby. It won't bring my baby, won't bring my baby back. And I went to the station. Lord, I caught that train a flying. I went to the station. Lord, I caught that train a flying. When I got there, I found my baby. I found my baby died. You know, I went up to her coffin and I looked down in her face. Went up to her coffin. Lord, I looked up, looked down in her face. Said, I'm sorry, baby, no one can take your, no one can take your, no one can take your place. And I went to the graveyard. Lord, I got down on my knees. I went to the graveyard. Lord, I got down on my knees. Prayed to the good Lord to bring my baby, to bring my baby, bring my baby peace. You know you'll never miss the water till the well runs dry. Never miss the water till the well runs dry. Never miss your baby till she shakes your hand, till she shakes your hand, till she shakes your hand goodbye. Yes, I got a letter. Lord, it was addressed in red. The Death Letter Blues. Some serious blues, that song is. So it's announcement time. Hello to the Invisibles, Kitseri Kaku, and Judith Fox, and Joel Biget, and Mario Prue, if he's here, and any other Invisibles who I might not see on my stream here. And my buddy Rick Williams is on there. Hi, Rick. Thank you very much. And then there's always a PayPal link here if you'd like to donate to the Charlie the Dog Rehabilitation Fund. Rick Williams will attest to the fact that Charlie needs rehabilitation and education and dog sitting and all those other things. And we need to keep the lights on here in Raleigh World as well. So I will be at Godfrey Daniels on Wednesday, November 29th at 7 p.m. with my buddy Wendy Bourne. He's a great singer and swing guitar player. And Dave Fry will be hosting and interviewing us, and he'll be playing some stuff too. Wednesday the 29th, Godfrey Daniels in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, one of the oldest running coffee houses in the United States. And coming up soon in December, I'll be playing with Magpie, but I'll mention that later. On the schedule, I think Helen Avakian and David Irwin are on tomorrow night out of Madison, Wisconsin. Pardon me. Our buddy Slim Edelman on Friday at 3:30 Eastern Time. He's doing something, songs about death or something like that, he might tell us. And Warren Bendler, too, is Saturday at 3 p.m. and Eastern Time. And then I will be back Sunday morning at 10:30. So I think that's all I got in the way of announcements, and we'll just keep rolling here. This one is from the Reverend Gary Davis. This is today's instrumental. One of the first instrumentals I learned by the Reverend, and still kind of a favorite. It's when I first learned it, they used to just call it the slow drag, but now it's called I think its full name they learned later was the Cincinnati Flow Rag. Reverend Gary Davis, the Cincinnati Flow Rag, and that is the Reverend right behind me on the wall there. You can't see him too well, but that was him, the great man. So one more for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to say a few more hellos in case I missed anybody here. Let me back up a ways. I'm not seeing... Oh, Amy Farabee's here. Amy's a fine guitar player down there near the Outer Banks. And Ginger Hopper. Hi, Ginger. Steve Slim Edelman says, yup, Def, a friend who used to work for me, passed from Graft versus Host. I don't know what that is, but anyhow, Slim's stream this week will be about the cheerful subject of death. Bob McKenna is here, and Robin Gray. Hi, Robin. And I said hi to Ginger Hopper, and I'm just scrolling through here. I think that's everybody. So the other great ragtime blues guitarist besides Reverend Gary Davis was, of course, Blind Blake. And this was one of the first Blind Blake tunes I learned. And it turns out, I think that he must have learned it. It must be a kind of a bastardization from a tune by Jimmie Rodgers, the great country singer, called He's in the Jailhouse Now. And Blind Blake's version was a little different lyrically and melodically too, but had the same name and the same kind of general theme. Now you remember last election, everyone was in action, trying to find themselves a president. There was a man named Lawson from New York down to Boston, claimed to represent the colored vote, so he said, my brother was a voter, also a great promoter, going round giving advice. And when he went down to the polls, instead of voting once, he voted twice. He's in that jailhouse now. He's in that jailhouse now, where they got him downtown in jail. Ain't no one to go his bail. He's in that jailhouse now. I went downtown last Friday. I met me a gal named Lighty. I thought she was the sweetest gal in town. She started to call me honey. I started to spend my money. But we went into a cafe and sat down. I thought that I was in it, buying a drink a minute, buying wine and champagne by the jug. But when I went to pay that man, I found that lady's hand in my pocket where my money was. She's in the jailhouse now. She's in that jailhouse now, where they got her downtown in jail. Ain't no one to go her bail. She's in that jailhouse now. Jonathan Glansberg's over there in Spain, and he's a great guitar player. He was a student of mine many decades ago. Good to see you on here, Jonathan. And glad to know you're still out there doing it. Jonathan was probably one of my better students ever. He learned a lot of stuff. Not all from me, you know. He went his own way too. So thank you all for joining me. We'll do a little mantra here to see you off. A little ragtime mantra. Be happy. Be healthy. Be brave. And be calm. Be kind. It's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. Have a great rest of the week. I hope to see you guys on Sunday. And let me just take a quick last look here, see if I missed any last minute stop-ins. I do. Oh, Connie Adams. Hi, Connie. I think I got to say hi to most of you. If I missed any of you, I apologize. And Kate Mack. Okay, bye-bye. Charlie the dog says bye. I think we're going to head to the park in a little bit. Take care.